Hey, Will, what's up? How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Figsy?
Yeah, really, really good. I'm excited. I'm picking up Hogwarts Legacy today.
No, no. You you know the brouhaha around that game, right?
Yeah, but I don't listen to any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
for me.
it'll like anything on Twitter. People get bored in a couple days. It'll go away.
Yeah, exactly. The people that made the game haven't got anything to do with that. They spent hundreds of hours making a video game that they love, and it's amazing, and I'm going to enjoy
Yeah,
it.
and all the dickheads calling out the streamers. They probably are running around with iPhones in their pockets made by 6-year-old children. So it's kind of
I'll,
hypocritical to say
I'll
it.
tell you one thing that I didn't do though is I didn't pay an extra $20 or $40 for a deluxe edition that gives you a benefit of playing 3 days early. What a load of crap that is.
Doesn't the thing drop on Monday?
Yeah, no, it dropped Tuesday for me, but like apart from early access to the game, I didn't see any actual benefit to the deluxe edition by like an extra $20-$30. So it's really a cash grab for a game that's not multiplayer. Like, I can pick the game up today and I'll have the exact same experience as someone had on Tuesday or 6 months later, where like an online game, you might have a different experience day one, but a single player game, you don't. So I really didn't see the, justification in buying it early, even though I was really anticipating this release.
Yeah, I was gonna buy it for my girlfriend for Valentine's Day / anniversary, since the anniversary and she came down. And I made a post in the PS5 Ain't Dead group asking if if everything was on the disc, or if it was like the Call of Duty game where basically you put the disc in and it just downloads the whole game onto your hard drive. And people are saying, yeah, it's like, I guess it's just nothing on the disc really, and it's just a big bloat on your hard drive. Then my girlfriend chimed in, no, I don't want that fucking game, so we're not going to be getting that.
I think that comes down to like everything these days, and we'll get into this later in the show. There's nothing I want to discuss, but like discs aren't games anymore. They're basically just a token to play the game. All the disc is telling the console is, yes, this person actually owns this. And I'll elaborate on this later in the show. But before we get to that, Will, who have we got on today's show? We're episode number 39 of the PlayStation Collectors podcast.
Number 39. Tonight's guest, today's guest is Phillip Perez. Phil One Up Collects. He's a staple around a lot of the Collectors of America groups. That's where I first met him. And ladies and gentlemen, Phillip Perez.
Hi,
G'day,
hey
Phil. How's
guys,
it going?
what's going on?
Good evening,
I'm
Phil. How
doing
you
good.
doing?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Yeah,
Good.
really good, Phil. Nice to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So,
So Will didn't mention it, but you are a customer service manager for premium edition games. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I just started doing customer service with Premium about last month. It's been awesome. I really enjoy it. I love getting the emails from customers, and they'll do our premium challenge where they submit the challenge patch, and then they'll say how much they love the challenge patches because it reminds them like when Nintendo and Atari used to just send you out cool stuff, and that makes me really happy because it makes me think back when I was a kid, and we were all playing those games, NES, Super Nintendo. So yeah, it's been really great. It's really great to be a part of the community, be a part of such a great team of people. We got a great team of people. It's just been a blast.
So this premium games, what are they? Are they a publisher, or are they just
We do physical games for the Nintendo Switch. We're going to start doing physical games for PlayStation 4, so look out for that. Yeah, we got some awesome stuff in the works for 2023, and yeah, it's been a blast. We like to do really cool retro boxes and collectibles and just all kinds of cool stuff. We really like foil. We like to make the foil and We got Jeff. He's the head honcho. Hagen's Alley. He does these really awesome video game hardcover books with ribbons to mark your place, full color, beautiful. There's a number of them on the website. We just released a vinyl and a CD for the NPCs on the website. It's available right now. So that's really cool. Just a lot of awesome things in the works.
Nice.
So you're doing customer service, just emails, or are you taking phone calls? You're like, where's my goddamn?
Just email. It's support at premiumeditiongames.com. So if you have bought our products, or if you're going to start buying the PS4 games that we put out, you'll most likely be dealing with me or Barry Carinza.
I knew you weren't answering the phones because I called earlier today and you didn't answer. So,
testing it out. What time you coming on the show? What?
Oh man.
So Phil, tell us about your collection, man.
Well, I really went heavy into collecting on the PS4. When I was younger, I kind of had games here and there. But I was foolish and got rid of a lot of them, and now they're kind of expensive. I wish I can get them back. But I mostly have PS4. I'm about close to 400. Switch, I don't really know. I'm probably going to say there's a couple of hundred there. I really need to not be lazy and sit down and log all my Switch. I like to use that Game Eye app, but I think there's better options. So that's mostly what I have. I do have some PS3. I do have some PS2, and then DS, 3DS. There's a few other little things here and there. A few GameCube, some PS1, but not a lot. It's mostly just PS4 and Switch.
Nice. How long have you been collecting for?
I would say probably around the end of the PS3 life cycle, the beginning of the PS4. I did still have some stuff when I was younger, but that's when I mostly started just putting money into it.
Younger? How old are you, Phil?
I'm 36.
All right, so you're between me and Figsy, somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah,
right in the middle, right? Well, between 30 and 40.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. It's. I'm sorry if that's rather impolite of me. Shouldn't ask a.
No, it's okay. I remember one time. I remember when the first God of War came out. I was. They carded me. They were like, "Are you over the age of 18?" I was like, "Yeah, we need to see your ID." And I was like,
I've had to do that once or twice. Showing ID for a video game feels so weird. Have you guys? I don't know if you have, but have you guys had to show ID in the past like 5 or 10 years?
Yeah, I love it when they card me. It makes me feel all giddy. I go, oh, stop it. But no, I've been carded. Not been carded this year yet, but last year 3 times. I can't.
Well, the thing these days is they glance at your card and they go, "Oh, you got a 1 on the front of your year." They don't have to look at anything else. So you're separated by being old with a 1 or young with a 2.
What is the drinking age in Australia, Figsy?
18.
18. Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's 21 here in the
funny.
States.
By the time I was 18, I'd stopped drinking.
Figsy, if we ever meet face to face, I'm getting you drunk. I don't care what you say. Me, I haven't had a drink all year. If you remember the early episodes of the podcast, I always had a beer in my hand, but no, I'm trying to get healthy. So no more. I haven't had any alcohol since Christmas, I believe. So cheers to me and my sobriety. Yeah, awesome. I am. So cheers. Do you enjoy alcohol, Phil?
No, not really. I've tried a few things, but I don't really care for it. Probably the only thing I really liked is I was on a vacation once to Branson, and master who made the drink, he put some kind of like strawberry like ice cream shake, but it was alcoholic, and I was like, give me like 3 or 4 of those. Those are good. That's probably like the only thing I found I liked.
Phil, I was doing my homework. I was watching some of your shows. I saw you say you went into town, went into the city. Where do you go to hunt usually? When you're, is it mostly online, or are there any shops in your town? I know you're in Oklahoma, but that's about it.
Yeah, I live in a very, very small town. There's really no hunting around here. It's mostly just cows and fishing and normal hunting, deer hunting, no game hunting.
According to Will,
so
that's
I don't.
where you find video games, hunting in the wild.
That's where you find them. Yeah. After you shoot that deer, you roll that fucker over. Video games right there. Boom. And those are the best places to find them. Oh, and little old ladies. Don't forget that.
Somebody should make a video game about that. You're just going around, like everything you kill, it just magically makes a video game pop out. Why? Who knows? Let's just do it anyway.
So
Grand Theft Auto game hunting.
Did you? I'm trying to think. Oklahoma City, is that where you went hunting? Is that the nearest big city?
No, it was the other city, Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we went shopping and just, I was like, I'll try to pop into a few shops and see if I can find anything. And man, I couldn't find nothing. It was a lot of sports, a lot of shovelware. And the one place I went, it's like they were used, but then they factory sold them again, but left the sticker labels and GameStop gunk all over the case. And I'm like, why? I don't understand that.
Is that like a theft protection thing? They do that over
I
here?
probably, I don't know. I have no idea. I just thought it was kind of weird. I wanted to look at the DS and 3DS games because the 3DS store closure is coming in March, and there's this lady. She was just hovering over the whole section, and I was like, "Can I scooch in there just a little bit to kind of?" Nope, wouldn't let me. So I was like, "Okay." I did go.
We'll mention it briefly before, but you do have your own YouTube channel, and you do a lot of game hunting videos out in the wild, videos that I like, and I'm sure our viewers will like. So tell us about your YouTube channel and where can people find you?
Yeah, so my YouTube channel, I used to go by the Jokester Mr. J. I decided to upgrade that and then put some new channel art had done from a friend of a friend. He did me some Dragon Quest style because I love Dragon Quest. I love Akira Toriyama's art style. So I had that done. It's just pretty much me as a Dragon Ball looking character. And now I'm going by Phil One Up Collects. And I like to do a lot of game pickups, unboxings. Sometimes, occasionally, I'll do reviews. I'm wanting to start doing a podcast with a friend. I've joined his podcast a couple of times, so I want to start doing that. Just a chill one where we like have snacks and talk about games and whatever's going on. And then I want to get back to streaming. I haven't streamed in a while, play more games, and just, discuss the cool stuff that I find and I buy, deals that I pick up.
I don't suggest a podcast. It's a fucking drag. It's a fucking, it's a lot of work.
I bet.
I told you, I told you in messages earlier. I did my homework. I took the deep dive on a couple of your videos, and in your last video, I got a bone to pick with you, Mr. Phil. You stole the PlayStation Ain't Dead theme song. You were singing it in the aisles, and you gave no props. No.
Well, that's because I had no idea it was the theme song.
Video games. I like to play video games.
You messed up the lyrics, and your timing was off. And I think you're rather pitchy. So if you could do me a favor, make sure we get some credit in the description of that video. James and I will be very happy.
You're gonna have a DMCA letter from Will.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm
Your
in trouble.
content has been copyright claimed by PlayStation ain't dead.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Have you ever gotten a copyright strike, Figsy?
I get them weekly.
Really?
A lot of my older content I used to stream on Twitch and re-upload videos, and then during Twitch streams we'd have music playing and different things like that back when it was allowed, and now it's all banned, so it's just constantly getting DMCA'd and things like that. But
I got a copyright strike for this big pickups video I did. It was like a year's worth. It's a couple of months old on my channel. It's like a 40-minute video, and I used a bunch of videos and music and other, just to show off the products and the games I was getting. And the one section that was copyright struck was this clip of Naruto. It's like it was so annoying because it's like nothing else got struck, just that part. So I had to completely remove it. It was annoying.
I'm actually not surprised because anime is one of the biggest things that people try and re-upload on YouTube. So the fact that they took down the anime quickly makes a lot of sense.
It definitely made me go, you know what? I'm probably never going to show any other Naruto products I buy on my channel again just because they striked me. It's like literally, I bought this figure, I'm showing it off, and I'm showing footage of the anime to kind of make it more interesting than just sitting there going, here's a game, here's a game. Just so people have something to look at besides me.
It's sad the way things are going because, like, I was thinking about it the other day. I was watching content, and I'm like, it wasn't video game related. It was sport related, but regardless, it relates to video games as well. I'm just watching, thinking, these are really good content creators, but all they're doing is showing still images because that's all they can do today. Like,
wow,
they really content creators could be out there showing videos and different things like that, but they can't because some lazy person who doesn't actually want to make the content is going to DMCA it. Like, that's the world we live in today, and it's only going to get worse in the future. We're going to get to a point where unless you made that 100% entirely yours, you cannot show it. So all YouTube videos will just be people's faces and them talking about different things that they can't show you. It's going to be so shit.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I put out a video where it was all of my 3DS, DS, and Wii U games, and I uploaded it, and nobody watched it, and it was recommending big YouTubers videos that did a 3DS video or a DS video like 4 years ago, and it's like, why is that at the top of the search page? Shouldn't newer videos be at the top? It's so annoying when you try to get your content out and you work hard on it and then nobody watches it because they can't find it.
I have a personal YouTube page, and or song I wrote. Somebody tried. I don't know who tried to copyright claim it, but they tried to claim the damn song I wrote. I thankfully I won that one.
Whoa, weird. That's weird.
Yeah, it's in this P video I made. It's over 100,000 views at this point.
Nice.
But I think it's just because I have piss in the title and people are creepy and weird. Somebody from the chat found the channel. I don't know how or why, but it's.
I've never found this channel.
Yeah, you haven't. Yeah. It's. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I don't know if I want to know.
Well, you do. You do. It's it's tastefully done, but it's but anyway. I want to ask Phil. One of the big reasons I brought you on the show is I wanted to talk about VGP, Video Games Plus, this company out of Canada, who's doing a lot of reprints. Mostly, I want to glean some info. Do you know what they're going to reprint next? Do you know what's on the horizon for these guys?
I don't really know what they're going to reprint. They're kind of. I feel like they're probably going to do more of the Atelier tiles. Is it Atelier or Altair? I can never know how to. Atelier, okay. So I think they're going to do more of those, for sure. They definitely like to do those. We've seen they do Gust titles, Blue Reflection, Attack on Titan. They have told me they tried to get some things, but it didn't go through. It fell through. So,
Godzilla?
I don't really know, but if they get it and it's something I want, I know I'm gonna buy it.
Was Godzilla thrown around?
Yeah, they mentioned they tried Godzilla and the
Yeah, they
licensing issues.
tried to
That's
get
not for a big
Godzilla,
game.
but the license holders were no. They said sometimes the license holders will say no, and then they'll come back later and they'll say yes. So I really don't know. I don't know how that works.
Is
I think the IP of Godzilla's got too much money in it for someone to want to buy that.
Yeah, maybe if it was several years ago before the big movies. I mean, I haven't even watched I think I watched the one, but I didn't watch the King Kong and the other one. So.
And then even if you were to buy that IP, you're buying a terrible game. So like,
Yeah, I've heard it's terrible. But I never know what to believe when people tell me a game is terrible. I don't know if they're saying that because they're trying to dissuade my interest so they can keep the value up, or if they're literally the game is literally just garbage. Because
you can pretty much bank on if it's a high dollar PS4 title, it's a fucking piece of shit. All right, let's just say that. And,
well, people have told me that about one of my most wanted PS2 games, and I'm never going to get to have it. I've come to, I've realized that I'm never going to get to have it. But Kuon, I want that game. I love From Software titles. It's like $1,000. F that. I played it. I used emulation. I wanted to play it.
I was going to
say it, and man, I loved it. I played like 3 or 4 hours. I need to get back to it. I loved it. So it felt like Fatal Frame fused with Onimusha to me. So
I was gonna say, I know you played it because I watched one of your old videos. You had you ordered a PS2 and just a couple of hard drives. Just was it the whole all of the PS2 library, or
I think it might be most. I tried to make a tailored list. So I don't know if it was everything, but I do know they have Mario 64 running on it, which is cool. It's weird, but cool. And it plays right from the hard drive. So it's gonna play like probably better than the disc, because it's straight from the actual hardware. And you just drop them in the back and you play it. He even put custom box arts on it, so I know which games I'm looking at. And he did PS1 and PS2 for 2 terabytes worth. So it's like I have to plug and play them.
How much did that pile of piracy cost you?
I think it was around 250, 300. It was kind of worth it though, because if I was to go out and buy all those games physically, like Kuon alone is 1,000. I bought it because I wanted to just play some of the games. I still want to get some for my collection, but there are just some titles that are probably never going to come back, and they're so expensive. What else are you going to do? The license holders just sit on them, and it's so sad. I wish we could at least get some of these titles digitally.
Well, I don't know. Are you did you get a PS5 or you got a PS5 or PS?
No, I'm still on PS4. I kind of like to wait for my consoles a couple of years, let them work out the kinks, get a better library of games, and then possibly a price drop or a newer version of the console, special themed or something.
Have you checked out the tier list, because they keep stacking that one for the PS2? I haven't paid. I still got just basics, so I can play online, but I guess there's 3 tier lists, and I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat can tell us how good or bad the tier list is for the top tier list, because I'm too cheap to drop the coin for it. But man, there's an option to play your PS2 games. But no,
going back to the emulator you use for the PS2, those games, do they run at 60 frames per second?
Are they the NTSC versions or the PAL versions on the?
I didn't really pay attention to that. I think they're NST. I don't know. I hope they are.
Now, what I like about a lot of the emulation PS2 games that you can find on PC is they do run better than the actual original hardware. Not just that, like the loading times are so much faster. You don't have to use memory cards because you can save it to your hard drive. Just those little quality of life changes that you don't even realize until you go back to the original hardware and you have to do these things.
Figsy,
Yeah.
are you running Figsy? Are you running emulators on your computer?
Yeah, I've been playing Scarface on my PC. I've got a physical copy, but I'm enjoying it much more on my PC from all those reasons I just mentioned.
What kind of how are you hooking up to the? Are
the
you hooking up
mods
to
they
a?
make for those old games are
Oh, he's
Sorry, what?
he's buffering. No, Phil's buffering.
sorry. I
No.
was saying the mods they have for those old games are just impressive. Didn't they do a lot of modding for the first KOTOR, and then they actually made that content they put on the re-release on Switch and PS4?
What
Or
game?
no, Switch. It's just on Switch.
What game was that?
it? Sorry, Phil?
Like old games. The community on PC does a lot of modding for them. And didn't they mod KOTOR a lot, and then they made it part of the new release on Switch? I think
I'm
I
not
heard
familiar with
that.
this game.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with KOTOR as well.
So let me. I wanted to ask Phil, how are you hooking up? Are you hooking up to a big flat screen, or you got a CRT you're playing off of those PS2 games?
Honestly, the console's in storage. I need to get it out, but I don't have an old CRT TV. I wish I did. I used to have one, but it died, and it's kind of hard to find them. And then people that do find them, they want a lot of money for them because they know that video game collectors really like to have them.
Oh man, I belong to a social group called Free Cycle, like recycle, but the shit's free. People are always giving away those HD TV or CRT TVs. They just want you to come over and get them off their lawn and shit, if you know what I mean. But
Well, there might be some
It's becoming
garage
less and
sales
less,
around
though,
here that has some. I guess I need to look.
yeah, start knocking on doors. I'm with this so and so.
Give me your CRTV. I'm here to confiscate it.
And gentlemen, on this podcast, we like to run a couple of different segments. And one of those segments is called Figsy's Quiz. So it is time to play Figsy's Quiz.
Oh, I'm going to fail so badly.
Figsy.
Tonight's quiz, again, we can thank Pavel for providing all the questions for tonight's quiz. Pavel's gone out of his way to provide not just text questions, but we've got photos and we've got some audio as well. So it should be a really fun quiz. And he's actually done some personalized questions as well. So this should be quite fun. So with that in mind, tonight's order has already been set. Phil, you will be going first. Will, you'll be going second.
Oh, great.
If you get your question right, it'll be worth 1 point. If you get it wrong, it will go to the other person and they have the chance of getting half a point. All right, well, Phil, are you ready?
No, I'm not confident at all, but let's do this anyways.
All righty. All right, Phil. A few months ago on your YouTube channel, you made a video about the game Bleach, the third Phantom on the Nintendo DS. How many characters are on the front cover?
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ. How many hairs are on the back of that cat?
I want to say 5.
That is correct.
Oh,
well done.
You got visual aids. Fucking great.
Who gets the first one right? All right, let me get this next one ready.
All right, what do we got for me? I want to hear my tailor-made question.
So there's a certain game that has a cocktail. This is the cocktail. Now the ingredients: 1 glass of mellow yellow, 1 shot of vodka, 1 splash of spiced rum, 1 splash of moonshine, What famous franchise inspired this cocktail?
Well,
The image is the hint.
yeah, the Fallout.
It's a good guess, but that's actually incorrect. I'll hand this one over to Phil.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna just take a shot in the dark. Cyberpunk?
That was a good guess as well. That was incorrect. So the correct answer was Duke Nukem.
Duke
Ah.
Nukem.
Should have known from the symbol.
Yeah,
All right, next question is for Phil. Now, this is the Nintendo Smash Bros. Official controller. How many Nintendo consoles is this compatible with?
It's a
4?
That, Phil, is correct. Well done.
4.
So that's compatible on the Nintendo Switch, the Wii, the Wii U, and the GameCube.
See, I thought so,
early
but I was
lead.
like, I almost said 3, but then I was like, it's compatible with the Wii because it has the ports in it. So
And then if it's Wii, it's Wii U as well. So you
Yeah.
get through there.
All right, what's next?
Next question is for Will.
Yeah.
Well, look at the picture of the screen. This is for selecting a fighter in Mortal Kombat 2. Name any of the 3 fighters that are missing.
Baraka.
Correct.
I know my fucking Mortal Kombat.
I would have got that wrong.
I'll just bring them up quickly. So
who
the
are
other
the other
answers
ones?
were, so we had Baraka, we had Kung Lo, and we had Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung.
I love you, Figsy.
So we got Phil, you've got 2 points. Will has 1 point. Moving into round 3 of Figsy's quiz. Anyone can still win this, guys.
Oh, that music lets you know it's serious.
All right, Phil, this one's for you. Look at the picture and tell me the name of this gaming device.
I have no idea. That looks like it's something Sony would put out. I don't know.
Do you want to take a stab?
Me?
I don't know. I wouldn't even know. Like it looks weird.
Yeah. Will, I'll pass this one over to you for half a point.
Is that the VMU?
It's not the VMU. So
that's
this
the
is
GameCube
actually
one, Gamecast or Dreamcast.
the Sony Pocket Station.
I was close. I was like, it looks like something Sony would put out, but I had no idea what it was.
The VMU's on the Dreamcast. Is that what I'm thinking about?
Yeah, that was the memory card.
God damn.
Yeah.
I never had a Dreamcast. That's why I didn't know what the heck that was.
Oh, no, that's a PS1 peripheral, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
All right, Will, this
Play
next
little
question
games
for
on
you.
it. All right, what we got?
Look at the following image. Which rating logo is used in Australia?
Oh, it's the bottom left. R18+ restricted.
That is correct. The game has taken a turn. We are now locked at 2 points each. Let's move into the next round of Figsy's quiz. Checking how many questions. Okay, so this is the last round. We then have a tie-breaking question.
Now, this is a tiebreaker? Or...
No, this is the final round.
And then a tiebreaker. Okay.
All right, Phil. Look at the following image. So this is an advertising poster for a PlayStation 2 game. The game was also released on the PSP and the Vita. Now, what game series was this?
Oh my goodness. I have
Or the name of the game.
No idea. I see like a little box art at the bottom, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I've taken it out. It's not
I don't know. It looks so weird. I'm gonna just randomly say Silent Hill 2. I don't know.
That isn't right. I will hand this one over to Will.
Is that a Tenchu advert?
That isn't correct.
No.
The correct answer was Shinobu, the Way of the Ninja.
Shinobito. We never got that one over here. You're throwing
I've
PAL
never
questions.
heard of that game before, so
Yeah, we never got that one over here, Figsy. It's a PAL.
All right, we're locked at 2 points each. Will, your final question.
All right.
Take a look at the image. Now, this is part of the cover of a PlayStation 1 game. What game are we looking at?
Jesus. I've seen this, but I couldn't. It's a PS1 game.
Yeah.
Close to fall down. I have no clue, Figsy. I'm not even gonna take a guess.
I'll hand this one over to Will. To Phil for half a point, but you can take the win here. Phil, what is this PlayStation 1 game?
I have no idea.
Oh, we're going to a tiebreaker, guys. That was Buster Move 2.
Oh my goodness,
Arcade
why?
Edition.
That is so horrifying. Like, why?
I'm surprised
What
no
were
one said Thomas the Tank Engine.
What were they thinking with that cover? I'm like mortified. I'm gonna have nightmares.
All right, it's never come down to this, but we have a tiebreaker. Now, the way this is going to work is I'm going to play a sound from a certain video game. You guys have to tell me what video game that's from. First one to name the correct answer takes the win.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. Got some rare things on sale, stranger. What
Resident
are you
Evil 4.
buying? What are you...
Will's taking it. Will wins this.
I'll be honest, I didn't even hear anything.
Congratulations, Will. You are this week's winner.
Thank you. All right, so what do I win, Figsy? What's my prize?
Big thank you to Pavel for once again providing the questions. Really good questions. If anyone else wants to get involved, send me a message and we'll definitely get some questions on the show. I know I had some more questions sent in that we're going to use in a following show, so I appreciate everyone else who's sent in questions already.
That was fun. I like that.
That one was I actually enjoyed that one. All the rest of them I fucking hated, but that one was great.
The one that I didn't make was awesome.
The only ones I like are the ones I actually win. So.
Well, there you go. You won. Now he's going to send you half of his game collection. That's the prize.
Yeah. Lol. Postage alone would be a fortune.
Oh no!
I'm noticing a couple of people in chat actually got those answers right, so that was cool.
Congrats, Shaq, because I totally I was expecting to lose, which I did, but
I'm seeing a few Duke Nukem's. We've got a couple of people saying bust a move, so it's nice to see people getting the answers right.
I would bust a move to get away from that game case. My gosh!
Is bust a move? Is that a rhythm game? Like a dancing game?
I'm not entirely sure. I think I've got it. I don't have it.
Do you own a dance pad, Figsy?
No.
And
if I did, it'd probably be something I'd sell. It's not the type of thing I want for the collection.
It's weird. The one of the things I find most in the wild are sealed dance pads. They're just like readily available. And,
that's weird.
Yeah, I guess people they get it for Christmas. Oh yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll play it tomorrow, and they just put it away forever. Because it's a mess. Dance.
We didn't get Dance Dance Revolution released here for the PS3. I'm not sure about I think we got PS2 ones, but so the PS3 one I never see in the wild. Like it was quite expensive for me to import back in the day, just for the standard copy.
Chat's saying Bust a Move is a puzzle game.
Oh, makes sense.
I
just need to let my dog out, guys. Be back in a second.
Oh man, I was about to take a piss, but that's fine, Figsy. So what's up, Phil? It's just you and me. Figsy's not here to protect you anymore.
I'm in trouble.
Chat,
help!
No, you're fine.
Bring me a Phoenix down. Help!
So I really want to touch on VGP more. I mean, because I know you have their ear. You gave me the heads up about a certain game, and you're spot on with it. You don't know anything coming out next. Anything we should avoid or in this case, get ready for?
Um, with
Any
VGP.
yeah, VGP. Excuse me. What did I say? VG. Yeah, VGP.
I honestly don't really know. I mean, I wish I knew, because if I knew, I mean, if it's something I'm missing, I could get a, I was like, oh hey, I can get it.
No, I went back and I read a bunch of their posts, their social media posts on Twitter, and I'm trying to go through the comments to glean what the heck they have coming up on the. I tell you, I had a copy of Knights of Azure 2 that I found in the wild.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, game's running about $60, but then I looked in the bottom right hand corner and had a big KT on it, so I fucking got rid of that thing like a hot potato as quick as I could. I traded away. It's on its way to Virginia as we speak, and got a couple games coming in.
I think they may be trying to get the PS4 version of Atelier Lulala, if that's how you say it.
Atelier Lalula.
Why do they make Japanese video game names so complicated and hard? Like, why does it feel like I'm Batman with gargling marbles in my mouth when I say them? Like, why? Just make it something simple.
You know what we need for Will? We need Phil name that game.
Oh my god! I'd probably say a bunch of cuss words, and then the video would get like demonetized or whatever.
We used to have a segment where I would name that game,
or so you'd get an angry comment with someone going, "He cussed in my language. I'm mad. He insulted me," and it was like, "I'm sorry, people. I don't even know what I just said."
All right, well, you guys gotta excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right.
All right.
So Lee was saying that Atelier is French.
Oh, is it?
Interesting.
Okay, that's cool. I did not know that, so that's pretty interesting.
So I'm guessing some of our Canadian viewers probably pronouncing it correctly. Then I'll check with them how to actually say the name. Hey, Will, Phil, what are you playing at the moment?
Me and my friend are actually playing Strange Brigade.
Oh,
and I got a physical copy of this for $10 at Best Buy. And I'm going to tell y'all that multiplayer is dead for this, but this is such an awesome game. It has that 1950s campiness with the cheesy announcers like, "What will the Strange Brigade do next?" It's really awesome. And the DLC was like $30, and right after we finished the campaign, it mysteriously went on sale with PSN for like $3 right now, so we grabbed it, and we're probably going to play more of that tonight. We tried out the PS Plus game for the month free for February, Evil Dead. We did the tutorial and a mission. It was really awesome. I don't really like a lot of multiplayer games unless it's co-op. I don't like competitive, so I won't play anything like Call of Duty. But it was really fun. I liked what I played of that. We recently platted Salt and Sacrifice, the sequel to Salt and Sanctuary. I really love Salt and Sanctuary, but Salt and Sacrifice, I still need to put out a review, but man, it's missing something. They tried to put Monster Hunter grinding and boss chasing in a Metroidvania platform Souls-like, and it doesn't really work because you'll have bosses teleporting into the same boss arena, piling up on each other with their minions, and you're like, what the hell just happened? I just spawned into an orgy. What is going on?
I wonder if we're going to see a physical copy come in the future.
I know Limited Run Games did the physical for the PS4, and I think Lead Man Games, I don't know if they're defunct now. They did the physical retail for Switch. I still have it, still copy of that. That's kind of gotten a little pricey. I hope so, because I would definitely pick it up for the collection. I do hope that if they make a third game, they go back to Salt in Sanctuary, just bigger and better and kind of drop the Monster Hunter thing because it doesn't work.
Well, I think that's what made the game so good initially. Was it was a 2D Dark Souls game, and it was simple, but it was really good at what it
Yeah,
did.
and it's kind of a bummer because they were supposed to do multiplayer for the first game, and they never did. But then the sequel has multiplayer, but it's effectively a worse game in a lot of aspects. I mean, the graphics look way better. There's a better color palette. The first game was very dark browns and blacks and grays. So it's more colorful. It's just they did weird things, like all the magic is tied to your weapons. So if you want a specific spell, you have to use that weapon instead of just having magic innate and learning abilities. And just other odd choices, like you can't, if you leave a zone, you can't teleport back to that checkpoint you rested at like you could in the previous game. You teleport back to the start of the level, and then you have to navigate the whole level over again, fighting the same enemies and same bosses, and it's really tedious when you're just trying to unlock that new door or that next patch or path or trying to remember where the hell you were going.
Still sounds like something I do want to play though.
Oh yeah, you'll have fun, but I would probably say play it with a friend because it's more enjoyable that way. It's one of those games where it's like you can play it solo, but if you want to have the best experience, it's probably going to be with a friend.
What game are we talking about here?
Salt and Sacrifice.
Yeah,
the sequel to Salt and Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, well, how about yourself? Are you playing anything new at the moment?
Yes, I am, Figsy. Thank you for asking. A couple friends of mine just recently got PS5s, and
nice.
we started talking, and I played what is it, Black Ops 3. Started playing Black Ops 3, and 5 minutes into the game, I don't know, it's the second match. 5 minutes in the second match, guy comes on the mic, "You're a bitch ass," and I was like, "Oh yes."
Bitch ass.
You're a bitch ass. And I was like, "Oh yes, this is this is what I remember and love about the Black Ops games, or any first person shooter for that matter." Well, at the end of the match, I ended up with more kills and this, that, and the other. But my mother's still a whore according to him. I didn't even know he knew my mother. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, I've been playing that. Still playing a lot of Costume Quest. What the hell else have I been playing? Oh, I got Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. I always love a good Street Fighter game. I can't sing its praises enough. But what else did I get? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, Black Ops 3 and Street Fighter. Oh, and Costume Quest as well, and an occasional match of PUBG. What are you guys playing? What's in your consoles right now? Or did I miss it?
I asked Phil when you were in the bathroom, but at the moment, me and Andy have been playing a PC game on Steam called Raft. So the premise of the game is you're on like a 1x1 raft. There's sharks in the water, and you've got to like collect wood and trash to slowly build up your raft. And then there's little islands you can go to, and yeah, it's fun. We've probably put 20 hours into it, but the game's getting a little bit stale at this point. We're also playing some more games. My friend Corey came around yesterday, and we were playing FIFA together, sitting next to each other, both with controllers. Is there anything more fun than sitting next to your mate playing FIFA?
Yes. Swallowing glass. No, but, I'm sorry, man. I'm not.
Well, you guys swallow glass. Me and Phil will go play some FIFA. And then I've been doing a geography game. There's a site called Sporkle, which I like to. It's not enough games. They really get your brain working. So I like to get in there, play like an hour of Sporkle, and then do some work. So I've been doing a certain geography quiz where I've got to label every single border of like Europe, and I finally completed it after like 4 hours yesterday, and now I'm working on every border of Asia, and there's like a few enclaves and stuff that make it really hard. So it's getting my brain working, and you feel.
Is it a phone game or is it a PC game?
It's a website called Sporkle. I play a lot of GeoGuessr. I guess it's similar to GeoGuessr, but instead of showing the world, it sort of just shows you a quiz and you click on the different things.
I think I've seen that GeoGuess. This shit's crazy. They just show like a road in the middle of nowhere, and you got to guess where the fuck it is.
I was doing that yesterday too. I'm pretty good at GeoGuessr. I think we got up to a silver rank. If you're a GeoGuessr player, you know what that means.
Yeah. Do you play any PC games at all, Phil? Or is it all console with you?
No, I don't have PC setup at all. I don't computer well. I tried to download this Timo to play on my laptop the other day, and my AMD Radeon was out of date, so I tried to update it, and then it totally screwed up my computer, and then I tried to roll it back, and then it screwed up my computer more, and I was like, I'm never going to try to update anything on this computer again because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But that's why something like the Steam Deck looks very appealing to me, because I can play games on it and probably not have to worry about anything too much. Plus, there's probably tons of videos out there showing you how to do it right so you don't blow the thing up, because I always feel like I'm going to blow something up if it's not a game console.
I got this gaming laptop here. It's a gaming laptop. I don't know anything about it, but I got about 3 years ago, so I guess it's not too far out of date. But I use it for the podcast, recording music, and checking email. So no games on this. No games on this as of yet.
How much did you pay for it? I'm curious if it runs the games good enough.
I don't know. It's 3 years ago. My girlfriend got it. We fucked the fight.
I probably should look into something like that. I need to get some newer laptops. The laptops I bought are like several years old, and they're like one of those Walmart type laptops filled with crap on it. And I'm like, which one of these things can delete and it not break this computer? Heck if I know.
Realistically, if you know what you're doing, or if you know some friends, or even just following YouTube videos, you can actually buy like a desktop PC for gaming that plays most games for under $500 these days. Because some of the parts are just so cheap, and you can get a 1 terabyte SSD that's going to run pretty much everything quick, so less than $100.
Yeah,
like
I've had people say, "Oh yeah, just build a PC. It's easy." And I'm just like, look, I would probably blow up a toaster just turning it on. I don't want to, okay?
Turns the PC on, you're like, what was that noise in the kitchen?
Why do I smell bacon? Mom, are you making bacon?
Yeah, ever since we started this podcast, I always get a notification in the corner. My Geo4 something or the other, driver's ready to update. Fucking ignore that shit and just log on. I don't even.
Yeah, I've been getting stuff popping up on my computer too, and I'm like, I'm like an old person. It's like I can only turn it on and check my email, and that's about it.
It's good for. All right, guys.
That's what my dad does, and I'm trying to get him to check his emails on his phone like a normal person.
No, all right, guys. Another segment. We have a couple segments we do on the show, Phil. This one's a rather new segment. We just debuted it last week, and this is the PCP news, PlayStation Collectors Podcast News. It's not news about PCP, although that would be interesting. But I don't have any news. But we need a sound effect for this one as well.
I'll go and look for one right now. I won't do it unless I do it right now.
BCP news. Back in the news. Let me find my graphic. Back in the news is the dickheads over at DK Oldies. Fucking up again. I don't know. Yes. They've posted a video of Joey here opening up a box that they got from someone who sent it in. He busts out his box cutter
this is bad.
like a 2000s terrorist, and he slashes open the box. Not bad.
That's the news.
That brings some gravitas to it. Shit. So anyway, Joey slashes open the box, opens it up, and right there on top is a CIB Super Metroid for is it a Super Nintendo game? I think.
Yeah. Like
Anyway.
inbox, it's a $500 game.
It's a $500 game. Right there, if I can put a big slash right on the cover. And the funny thing is, they had that thing up for maybe like 15 minutes, or it was a really short amount of time, and then they immediately pulled that and then put it up there, and they edited that part out. They tried to cover that up real quick, but like the internet, once it goes on the internet, it's there forever. And people ran and they screenshotted it, and they made their TikToks and their YouTube shorts, and that guy got balled out. But
So what game was it again? I'm sorry, I didn't.
Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I would just like to add to this clip, Will. Like, I know it's very silly the way he opened it, but I also think the person who sent it in is very silly not to have wrapped their box game in bubble wrap. Well,
Wait.
don't just put a box game inside a box without bubble wrap, guys. That's not how
You know what? I want a giveaway of a sealed PS1 greatest hits version of Spyro. And the guy, it was factory sealed. He put it in a little plastic sleeve thing, but it was in a box and there was no bubble protection. So when I got it, it has a crack in it. It's still factory sealed, but I'm like, well, that's probably going to knock down the value. It was still free, so it is what it is. But it's like, I mean, it's cool that you put it in this plastic sleeve, but without any protection with a jewel case, that's not going to keep it safe. So I don't know. That was weird.
Well, you got to keep in mind these people sending stuff into DK holders are probably not collectors. They're just people, emptying out their attics or whatnot, and because their audience is not collectors. They're going after mom and pop. You know what I mean? Me, we're not going to buy from them because their prices are outrageous, and the word is out on them. But so they posted a retraction video not an hour later. And they said, "Hey guys, so calm down. It's my mistake." The guy took total responsibility for his fuck up. And the one person who said something nice to him in the comments, he's like, "I'm going to give you this free game," and he gave the Metroid game to someone who said something nice in the comments. I guess that's to encourage people to say something nice in the comments. But it turns out
what?
It turns out that the guy that commented something nice, he probably works for DK Oldies anyway, so he's not getting shit. that's just a theory of mine, but
So what else did so is that the only thing DK Oldies did? Because I don't. I think I made an account with him once to open it up, and then I never did anything with it.
Phil,
so
DK Oldies been in the news for a minute. They advertise their consoles as clean, refurbished, and there's something else. But and people, and YouTubers have been getting their consoles, opening them up, and it's just a shit show in there. Just dust and everything, and not cleaned. There's fingernail clippings inside the freaking.
Ew.
Well, not just that, Will. They're also selling them for a higher price, saying that they've been refurbished and cleaned. So they're selling them as a premium price, but they're not giving you a premium service.
Yeah, but
I'm curious. Like, GameStop sells refurbished stuff too. Do they clean their stuff really good or no?
I'm sure there's a million videos of them doing exactly not that, because GameStop is notoriously bad and corporate. And there's another. And there's another. There's another. Look at this guy. Fucking shit. Anyway, Figsy, you told me about this one. I guess they got a Game Boy Advance SP, little clamshell one, and they thought it was fake. They're like, "Oh, this thing's a piece of shit. It's a fake." So they destroyed it.
What do you do with fake things?
Yeah, you destroy it. You destroy it and you film it and you put that out. It turns out it's not fake. It's actually a rare Chinese version of the DS, a rare,
extremely rare console that they destroyed on camera.
They just need to put their damn cameras away and just.
How much was it? How much is it worth? Like, is there a picture of what it looked like?
I don't know about this item, but
there was a picture at the end of the video. It's no, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, human error happens, but I guess when you have a store like that, you're supposed to cater to gamers and collectors. You're kind of supposed to know what you're doing, and I guess
you
I don't know. That's a lot of bad luck in a row. I guess that's all I could say.
Yeah,
My
that's
only thing is about the YouTubers getting those consoles. Uh, I
dude.
don't. Why would they choose DK Oldies to buy from over like buying from someone they know? Because if they have a huge following, they gotta know people in the
They're,
gaming
Yeah, I think they're
community.
doing it to make content.
They're
Like,
doing it
they're
for
doing it
content.
Oh
because
yeah.
it's all the rage at the moment. So let's buy a DK Oldies content, film a video, and show everyone how bad of an experience we have.
That's why. Because I was thinking, if they were serious collectors and their gaming YouTube channel, they would probably not buy from them because they know that the price is higher on those systems. They would buy from somebody they know or buy from a connection they know is really good. You know, they know that hey, I can get a deal, and I know the system is clean because they're like a local store to me or something.
No, man, everybody's dunking on DK Oldies. It's low hanging fruit as far as content, and they're getting the views for it. So yeah, later check out search DK Oldies on YouTube. Skip all of their videos, and you'll see all the dirt
Uh,
and the
In
dirt
terms
in
of
their
other news,
consoles.
Will, we got some pretty cool releases coming out. So the Hogwarts Legacy game dropped this week,
Oh yeah,
and they announced yesterday that they're also bringing out a limited edition controller, which looks pretty cool.
oh really? Oh,
Castle in
that
the
is
middle
cool.
there, and yeah, so it's been announced limited quantities. I'm assuming it's a FOMO tactic to get it to sell, but yeah, it looks like a really cool controller. It does come
I
with a
mean,
box.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I kind of talked about the whole thing going on with that on my friend's podcast, but I mean, that controller looks pretty cool. If you're a Harry Potter fan, I think you'll really like that. It
James
looks like
Johnson.
Sony kind of wants to just do face plates and special controllers. They don't really want to do special consoles anymore. Um,
They're on the
so
horizon.
it's kind
I
of a
mean,
bummer because I really wish I would have bought that Spider-Man PS4 Pro. I had the chance to do it, but I was like, I already have a PS4. And then I'm like, now I want it.
yeah, it's funny you bring up that controller. James Johnson,
Excuse me.
he posted it in PlayStation 5 Collectors of America, and the comments blew up. Oh my god, I didn't know about this. Oh, I really want that. Holy shit, look at that thing. That thing's gorgeous. And he messages me, God damn it, everybody's gonna be after this controller now. So yeah, it is limited quantities. I guess it goes on sale tomorrow. So if you're a Harry Potter fan and or just a fan of limited controllers, it's the way to go.
Yeah.
I do think that maybe I don't know if they're going to do with the PS5. I don't know if they're going to do consoles or maybe just do plates. You know, do
Oh man,
plates.
I hope they do a Spider-Man 2 plate then, because I'll probably like limited edition plates. I'd probably end up buying a bunch of them, even though I don't have a PS5. You know, just buy it and kind of keep it for when you do have the console, and then buy the controller. I'd be for that, but
Do you
oh
have
man, that would sell out fast.
Figs? You got custom plates on your PS5 or not custom, but aftermarket?
No, I just
not.
got the regular ones. I've got my PS5 behind all my monitors, so you don't actually look at it. So for me, you know, I don't look at it until I change the disc.
Do you have it? Is it set up vertically?
Yeah, it's set up vertically, but it's behind all my monitors. It's at the back of my desk.
Vertically, man. Dead console walking right there. Yeah.
So nobody
I've
can
had it
see
since
your
2020.
skull binder then, or your air conditioner. Nobody can see it.
His
Well,
router.
the aircon's like around the corner.
Any other news?
My
Any
mini
other
fridge.
news, Figsy?
Yeah, we do. So I was doing a bit of research on eBay. Like not the normal news that you get, but being PlayStation collectors, I noticed some PS3 games selling for what I deem the highest sales ever of these games.
Uh-oh. Hope it's nothing I
Quite
want.
interesting. One of them isn't the highest sale ever, but unfortunately, I'll bring it up first. There was a reprint of the site. So this is the reprint, and someone has paid $600 Australian for the reprint of Syberia.
They bought
So that is disappointing. So I will mention every time I see something like this to get awareness out there. Like this game has been reprinted. This game is not worth $600. So, like,
Oh wow.
if you did buy this, I do apologize.
They are still the dickheads over there at Dusty Games are still peddling them. They're still putting them up on their whatnots. You do whatnot at all, Phil?
No, I don't even know what that is. I've heard about it, and I thought, is this like a live auction thing? Because if it is, I'm not interested. I don't even like to do the auction eBay bids because anytime I've seen something I want, I try to get it like 5 seconds. It's been upvoted by a bunch of people, and I don't even know if it's like the sellers making separate eBay accounts to kind of raise the price of it. I have no idea, so I don't mess with that. I'd rather just buy it and then be done.
Yeah,
I don't want to fight
but
somebody to get something I want.
it is a live auction. However, it's done. It's a video live auction, so you can buy something overpriced from your favorite YouTuber, and yeah. But Dusty Games. Why are you laughing, Figsy? It's exactly what it is.
I know, but the way you said it, it's so funny.
But
What if
yeah,
what if your favorite YouTuber is yourself?
then you better get on Whatnot. I guess. But people are buying from their favorite YouTubers on Whatnot just so they can get a little shout out, and it gives them a little tingle.
Does anybody want to buy my used sock? I'll sell it to you for $100.
I don't know. I personally wouldn't be comfortable selling a game for 3 times or even 50% more than what it's worth to someone. That I just wouldn't be comfortable with that. Like, eBay prices is eBay prices. That's because you're paying fees and everything. Like, even selling a game privately, I don't want to sell it to someone with eBay prices because I feel like that's not fair. But that's just everyone's different.
I like to buy from some of the Facebook groups like Collectors of America. There's a lot of good people there, and
no, hold on. Collectors also it's about 5% good people. The rest of them are dickheads. Come on, let's not get ourselves.
There are some good people there. Some, okay. I mean, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. People probably think.
Oh, I'll open it up right here on my Facebook. I'll throw the fucking whole lot under the bus. Let's go. I hope Chris Schramm is watching because I accidentally posted the link in his group. So
wrong group. Well, there was some more sales that I noticed, and they were Chinese English games. And as far as I'm aware, these are the highest sales ever for these games, at least on eBay. So the first one was The Last Guy, $641 Australian, which is about $500 American. That's slightly higher than I've ever seen this one sell for. Last time I sold a copy, I think I sold it for 500 Australian, so it's more than that was about.
I don't even know what that game is.
It's it's what is it? An Asian exclusive or Japanese? It's an
It's one of the elusive Chinese English sets for games for the PS3. There's about 20 different exclusives, and they're all quite expensive.
Wow.
2 more of them have even higher sales. So the next one is really crazy. I've never seen this game go for this much. And that is Lost in the Rain. And we have a copy here that was not even sealed. This was opened. And it sold for $1,042. I think I've sold a copy for $800 before. I've sold a few of these, but $1,000 is just really, really crazy.
I'm just baffled that people would actually pay this for a game. I mean, whatever people do with their money is their prerogative. But me, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I could get things I need. Like I could pay bills with that.
These games have always been expensive, Phil. Even going back to like 2016, 17, just because of to get them. Say you're in America, you have to import them, so you're already paying. Even if you bought it day one, you're paying import fees, postage, everything else. So it's more expensive to buy it. And because of how hard it is to get, it's just over time gone up in price. All the copies have either gone on eBay. The people that have bought them have paid $200-$300. So when they sell them, they want to get their money back. And over time, it just becomes more and more expensive. That leads us to this last sale. So this is a Korean copy of Aquanaut's Holiday. I've never seen one sell for this much.
Oh, I've heard of that game. I kind of wanted to play it. Looked cool, but I ain't paying that.
We have a copy from South Korea that sold for $1,300, which is absolutely insane.
What's it
now, in my opinion, this is a lot rarer than the Chinese English version. I personally took like 2 years to find this copy for my own collection, and I was pursuing it pretty actively. So to see a copy sell for $1,300 is pretty insane.
Figsy, you know,
Wow.
this is all your fault, Figsy. People have been going back and watching your videos. So I'm gonna blame you. You're the metal Jesus of Asian PS3
Of
games.
Asian PS3 games. I should have bought like 30
You owe
copies of
everybody a
Aqueduct
free
all the way.
copy of that game. It's all your fault.
Phil, what's the most you've ever plunked down for a single title? I'm not talking a new title. I'm talking an
well,
old title.
Let's see. I paid. I don't know. It's either buying a Silent Hill lot, or it was. I really can't remember. I think it's like when I bought like 3 Silent Hill games on the PS2, and I thought the condition was better than it was, and it wasn't. And I hit up the seller, and then they sent me like a free copy. I think it was Extinction on the PS2 or something. But I think I paid like maybe it was like around 200 or something. I don't know.
Not as cheap.
I
as you
haven't
thought,
gotten crazy. I have been wanting to get obscure, and I want to get some more of the Shadow Hearts games. I would love to have Kodelka, but I'm probably never gonna pay that for it. It's hard for me to want to pay so much for games. I don't even like to pay more than like around $100 for a collector's edition. That's probably why I like NIS collector's editions so much, because they're affordable.
You know what you need
They're
to
also
do.
beautiful boxes too, and they fit on the shelf really well.
Yeah. They don't use massive boxes that are really space hogs, because I don't got a lot of space anymore. So I got like a tiny room, so I have to maximize.
You know, the best way to find cheap rare games is in the wild.
Yeah,
You
too
gotta
bad
get it.
there's not. The only wild out here is deers, and unfortunately, you don't actually shoot them and games pop out.
You got to go knock on the farmer's daughter's door and get that CRT and that
And
Kudelka they got
and
hidden under their bed.
and possibly get shot.
Oh, shit.
Are you looking at my daughter? No, I'm looking at that stack of games back there, sir.
Sir, I just want that TV that she grew up with.
Shit.
You're not getting her Hello Kitty TV.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is this week's news. Where's the sound effect, Figsy?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think
If you guys do have any collecting news that you do see throughout the week, feel free to message me or Will, and we will get it on this segment.
Yes,
Me and Will are just one human each. There's only so much we can do, so this all comes down to the community to make this podcast amazing.
We are starved for content. No, I'm kidding. We're doing pretty well, Fig. So, you know, Figsy, do you ever go back and watch the old podcast episodes or listen to them? No.
Apart from when I make content, like occasionally I've downloaded all the episodes and I'll go back and try and clip the different segments together and make YouTube videos. I've got a few coming out soon, so.
Oh yeah, I every now and again I'll go back and I'll listen to one of our old shows just so I can catch what I missed while I was in the bathroom. But this morning I put on the podcast. I was listening to it on Spotify, and it was coming out at like ×2 speed. We sounded like chipmunks. I couldn't figure it out. I just thought it was interesting. I thought I'd share. But
I think that's your Spotify. Well,
yeah, it's something in the settings. I couldn't find it, but it's in there. And but you know, it is rather convenient. You can listen to a whole podcast in half the time. It only takes you an hour to listen to a whole podcast. But we sound like chipmunks, and I thought it was interesting.
So this is a take. I personally don't like listening to myself or don't like watching my own videos.
Oh, I love the sound of my own voice.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. I guess I've just been doing it for that long that if I just hear myself, I'll just turn it off.
How about you,
that
Phil?
guy? Fuck that guy.
Well, you, Phil, do you love the sound of your own voice?
Maybe when I'm doing like voice impressions or auditioning, but I don't know. I don't think I sound particularly that great. I mean, I don't know. A voice is a voice, I guess. As long as I don't sound like I'm nails on a chalkboard, I guess it's okay.
How about my voice? Do you like the sound of my voice, Phil?
It's got a nice, deep, soothing sound. You could probably do some video game ASMR.
I'm just being a dickhead. Anyway, we got another segment. This one, well, let me pull it up. Here on the show, we do like to share memes, and ladies and gentlemen, this is meme time. Meme time. I need to make a song for that. Oh, you're gonna find us a song for meme time, real quick, Figsy.
I've got one. It's a bit cringy, but it's funny. 1 second, Will.
Oh, the suspense is killing me. I just noticed
production quality 10 out of 10.
I just noticed there's two people in the background doing naked things in the meme time graphic. I gotta go back and watch it. Jesus Christ.
There's a whole lot of...
Where the hell did you find that?
I just Googled it.
Oh, man. Well, as you all know, there was a new limited edition controller dropped today. And Figsy pointed it out to me, so did James Johnson. Both of them really seemed to enjoy it. Me, I didn't care for it so much because it reminded me of this. The Sony DualSense Disney Princess Edition. Does this not look like the Disney castle on the touchpad? I don't know. That's just me.
But I
sent Will a screenshot of the controller, and he's like, "What is that? The newest Disney controller?"
It looks like it if you think about it. But yeah, there you go. Sony DualSense Disney Princess Edition. Turn in your man card when you buy that one. That's for sure. What else we got here? Got a lot of them to look at here. Oh yes, here's a good one. The game's graphics in the trailers and the game's graphics on the final product.
Oh my god!
I guess that's
it's breathtaking.
It's Keanu Reeves at top, and that's Moist Critical on the bottom. So there you go. There's those guys. Oh, let me get in here. I can't see. Oh, this is one Radio to Rancid sent me, and you depending on how old you are, you may or may not get this, but this is a Tomb Raider 1 meme, and you got the troll and the upset Lara Croft. Man, yeah, Lara Croft is so much sexier on the PS1 than in the other consoles, if you ask me. But there you go. This is for our friend down south in South America. GTA 6 is dropped. GTA 6 is out. It's in Brazil, and it's for the PS2. So there you go.
It's even got the 5 thing, and it just
oh man, the Brazilians and their bootlegs, you gotta love them. I hope this has never happened to any of y'all, but Mom, the guy that made you scream all night, he stole my PlayStation.
What?
That's the Family Circus. It's a family friendly cartoon strip from here.
You took all my rare games, Mom. Where's Silent Hill gone?
Oh, this is an oldie but a goodie. This one always makes me laugh. When your girlfriend leaves a breakup note on your PlayStation saying, "This isn't working," but you turn it on and it works just fine. Dodge that bullet. What else we got from meme time? Oh yeah, this is it kind of goes hand in hand with the other one. The perfect advertisement does not exist, and there's an advertisement for Durex and why you should never have children. Durex is a condom, in case you guys didn't know. Maybe that'll make the joke.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, those are custom plates right there. All right, one more.
You can replace them, right?
Yeah, I put up a meme a post asking people where I could find the cheapest, PS5 plates because I just want black ones, and I figured, man, people got mad. Don't buy that shit. Pay for it. No, but what are the plates for the PS5? Like $60 or $70? I don't think it's worth it. It's just a piece of plastic. But unfortunately, it seems all the plastic ones don't fit, or the third-party ones made by Chinese children don't fit. But it is what it is. And here's one more. This is a Street Fighter meme. No explanation necessary.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway,
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, that was this week's installment of Meme Time.
Well, I sent you one, Will. You didn't show it.
Oh, where is it? I'm sorry, Figsy. I got so many. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
This is a true story.
This is real. Fallout 3's engine couldn't handle vehicles, so this is how the train worked. It's a trick. The train you ride in Fallout 3 is actually an NPC wearing a hat. I've never played this game. Is this real?
Yeah, so this is real. They couldn't add vehicles to the game, so they added an NPC as the train, and you ride the NPC around.
Not bad.
that is crazy. Wow.
Oh, well,
It just goes to show, though, in development, like, if it works, it works. Don't change it.
Yeah,
Don't touch it, it works.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was this week's episode of Meme Time.
It's meme time, it's meme time. Gather all your friends, it's meme time.
You gotta make the outro music. Do-do-do-do-do.
It's meme
Only
time.
cure for sex. All right, there we go. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was Meme Time. All right. Another segment we like to do here, and this is one of my favorite segments, is homework. Here on the PlayStation Podcast, we assign our guests homework assignment, and we do the homework assignment as well. This week's homework assignment is show us your favorite PS4 JRPGs. So we have a selection of games. Did you do your homework this week, Figsy, or the dog ate it again?
I did.
Oh, excellent. How about
We've
you,
got
Phil?
a photo for homework too, remember?
Oh, we do have a home. Yeah, we made a new photo.
I'm grabbing it now.
Always upping the production quality here on the PlayStation Collectors.
So if you're all listening on Spotify or iTunes, be sure to jump in on YouTube, check out what you're missing out, because
these
video
visual
will be on YouTube.
these visual gags don't make much sense. But yeah, there's the homework. It's homework.
So
Hey,
Phil,
right.
being the guest, would you like to show us your favorite JRPG on the PS4?
Okay, well, I have a couple ones here, but I'm going to just start with a bang because this turned me into a super fan. Ignore the PSP ones, but Ys 8.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the PS4 collectors. I keep it in here because it's like I wanted to keep it pristine, and I thought, hey, I have enough place to put the Vita, the PSP games in there. But man, did I love that game. When that came out in 2017, that was my game of the year, next to Evil Within 2. But I just loved the opening. I love the characters. I love Donna. I loved everything about it, and it made me so crazy for Ys that I went out and I bought the PSP games. I bought the Super Nintendo cartridge. I bought the collector's editions for all the other releases. Origins 9. I'm probably going to buy the one for 10 when it comes out. I almost double dipped and bought them again for the PS5 because it just, I love that game. Like, it was just such a wonderful, amazing game from start to finish for me, and a great story. So it's one of my favorites. And then I have two other ones here I'm going to show. This actually really impressed me. Code Vein. It's like anime.
Oh.
I love the character creator in this game. I actually made Makoto from Persona 5 in this. So that's pretty cool. Really awesome game. Played it with my friend. So I enjoyed that. And then Fairy Tail. Who thought this would be great as a turn-based RPG? It's usually just Muso Arena type battling games. So this came out of nowhere, and it's awesome, and it's kind of gotten a little expensive. So yeah, those are some of my favorites.
Who's the publisher on that Fairy Tail?
The Fairy Tail is Koei Tecmo, Gust. So
And that is a
maybe
very
VGP will reprint it. Who knows?
Oh yeah, if it's getting expensive, yes. The answer is yes. Does money grow?
Also,
baskets?
Juvia's best
like
waifu. I'm just saying
$80
that.
for the power copy over in Australia. I don't know about the American version.
I don't know. I've seen it. But I never tripped my trigger. But I'm avoiding them
Oh, Phil, I think I have to give Fairy Tale a try because we have very similar tastes. Because my favorite JRPG for the PS4 is also Code Vein.
Oh, look at that!
It's absolutely fantastic.
It
I'm a
is.
massive Dark Souls fan, but in terms of
Me too.
I wouldn't call Dark Souls a JRPG, even though it's a Japanese role-playing game. However, this is really anime Dark Souls on steroids. But what I like about this is every single character is completely different. You get a different experience with the different characters. I remember getting stuck on certain bosses and changing characters, and then beating the bosses like that. Highly recommend this. You can even play multiple playthroughs and still get a lot out of the game. So,
And probably one of the
Code Vein, guys.
Probably one of the coolest things about it is it actually connects with another series called God Eater.
I wasn't aware of that. Interesting.
Yeah. There's a scene where there's like a monster, I think around spoilers, around maybe sort of the end, and that monster is actually in the God Eater universe. So I think the whole Cold Vein game takes place within this big old bubble, and then outside of that is everything going on with the humans, the God Eater world. So it's like I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I think people are trying to make the connection, but yeah, there's a cutscene that has a God Eater monster boss or whatever within it. So I think it's literally the same world.
Code Vein, I've heard it's a weeb's wet dream. So
it definitely is. Lots of nice waifus, busty boobs.
On Fairy Tale, AJ mentioned that Fairy Tale may not get a reprint because it's a licensed IP. And I have seen the anime out there, the same title. So
yeah, the anime is long. A lot of people hate on it because it's like this. They just copy every other anime. Like there's characters that look like One Piece characters in there, but I watched a large chunk of it and then I kind of fell off. Me and my friend had to get back to it, but when the game came out, I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting that. I loved what I watched of it. And damn, all the hot anime waifus.
That Fairy Tale's already had a reprint in the US, so who knows if it will have another one. That's interesting. I wasn't aware of that.
Does Fairy Tale have a collector's edition?
Not that I'm aware
they
of.
have, but I don't know anything about it. I think it did, but I know it did in Japan. I don't remember.
Switch version. So it's on the Switch, and I know the Switch version's more expensive than the PS4 version.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, naturally, Switch versions are always more expensive, but I tend to go for PS4 because I don't have the best eyes. I should really be wearing my glasses, and I kind of want better performance. I don't really want my games to chug. So if I'm paying the same price, I kind of want to have the better experience. Plus, you can play them on the PS5.
The same thing, like. Yeah, and that's funny. Like you're paying more money for a worse experience. You know, it's like look at The Witcher 3, perfect example. You can pick that up for $20 on PS4. If you want a Switch copy, you're paying $60 for a game that doesn't even play properly.
Yeah. Now, I'll make the exception. There is an exception. Like one of the Trails games actually is the better version. I forget which one, but on Switch it had the PC enhancements, and then the PS4 version was just a lazy port of the Japanese version. And I was like, well, that's disappointing. I paid the same price, but all of the titles are on PS4 and only some of them are on Switch. So I'm going to keep collecting it for the PS4 because I like to keep my collection uniformed. I hate when I have one game for this platform and another game for that platform. It's kind of annoying to me because that's a more time spent going through your collection to try to find it. But yeah, I prefer PS4 because mostly it has the best version. The only time I'll go for Switch if it's like a complete edition where the DLC was on cart because it came out later than the PS4 version.
Now, we mentioned previously, and I agree with this point. I prefer Switch games if they're like top-down games. So Stardew Valley, for example, I'd prefer to play that on the Switch over the PS4. But if you're getting into something with 3D graphics that's actually, utilizes 60 frames and stuff like that, I want to play it on either PS4 or PC. I don't want to have it on a little handheld screen.
Yeah. I've kind of been difficult to where, like, do I pick up the PS5 version of games or do I go for the PS4? And some of the PS5 version of games, and there's no real community kind of built up about this, and I really wish we had one. I know there's a Switch community for Switch cart revisions, but there's nothing for PlayStation as far as I know. But a lot of those PS5 versions are just a port of the PS4 disc with no PS5 enhancements. And that's kind of disappointing because if you get the PS4 version, you get both the PS4 and the PS5. If you buy the PS5 version because you think you're getting a better version, you're not. So you're paying the same price to get less. And I really wish we had like a spreadsheet or something to help us figure that out.
You know
I
what I
wanted
wish?
to mention this, Phil. A couple of guys in the Discord group of mine were actually chatting about this week, and they said there's not many YouTubers out there talking or who go out and buy the PS4 version of games, where the PS4 version includes the PS4 version. It includes a free upgrade to the PS5 version. It's also cheaper.
Yeah.
PS4 versions come out $10 cheaper than the PS5 version.
Yeah.
Like that has multiple things going for it, yet the PS5 version's selling way better than the PS4 version. So
And then sometimes the PS5 version is actually inferior. Like Elden Ring, the PS5 build or whatever was bad, and the PS4 version was the one to buy to play because it actually worked better. For some reason, I heard the same thing with like Alan Wake on the PS5. The PS4 version was better. So it's like, man, this is so confusing. I miss the old like retro days where I just go buy a game and I didn't have to care about any of this stuff. And now it's like I like pulling teeth. It's so stressful just to buy a damn game for my collection.
well, I think this comes down to another point that I've made previously, and we're not in the new generation yet. Like the PS5 might be here, but they're not making PS5 games. They're making PS4 games.
Yeah.
A PS5 game shouldn't be able to run on a PS4.
That's why I've waited, because I see no reason to have a PS5 when there's like a few games for it. But the only PS5 games really are just remade versions of a PS3 game like Demon's Souls.
Well,
And
there
I
is
was
two
playing.
PS5 games. We've got the Ratchet and Clank game.
Yeah,
and
there's
we've
that.
got
There's a few,
Returnal.
not a lot.
But that's it. I can't think of any more. There might be some like AA or indie games, but like in terms of AAA games, well, Demon's Souls is one. But you're right. Like Demon's Souls is a remake. It's not a new IP.
Yeah, and it plays. They didn't even change like the AI. It's still that weird wonky AI. They kept it completely the same. So if I'm playing it on my PS3, I'm getting almost the same exact experience as somebody playing the PS5 version, but they have to pay $500 for the console, and then when it came out, they had to pay $70 for a physical copy of something that I could play on my PS3 that I already have for like $15 to $20. So
Y'all best
I
stop
don't-
bad mouthing that PS5 because James Johnson's gonna come flying in the room and put the fucking flying elbow and shit. James Johnson will be dropping a PS5 exclusive videos here soon, so keep an eye on
cool.
the PlayStation Ain't Dead channel.
I'm intrigued because
quick
if you're
shameless
making a
plug.
video, it's probably more than just 3 games.
Yeah, no, it's a good stack. I've seen it, so but yeah, we got a PS5.
I've got some PS5 games too because I tend to buy games that's cheap. Like I just got Returnal for $17.99 at Best Buy last night. I'm waiting for it to be delivered. When I saw that sell in Best Buy last night, I jumped on it and it completely sold out. It's gone now. But that was a really good deal. So I still buy some, but it's just like, which version do I buy? Because I don't know anymore. It's so difficult. I'm ready for them to just either completely make only PS5 games or something, because it's getting too difficult.
This Hogwarts game was actually the first game where I bought the PS5 version over the PS4 because the PS4 version doesn't drop until April.
Wow.
So I'm curious, is the new Hogwarts game actually a PS5? Like, is it a new gen game where they've released it and they have to wait a few months because they actually have to like dumb down the game to make it run on these consoles? I'd be really happy if that's the case.
Is it dropping on Switch?
It's dropping on Switch in like August because they have announced it doesn't run on the Switch properly and they have to keep doing the game.
It's gonna be half as long.
I wonder if there's going to be more updates on a more complete build on the PS4 and the Switch version, because Tormented Souls did that. It came out with PS5, and then it had a lot of patching, and then the PS4 version was a better build, and then I think the Switch version came last, and it even had more patches on its cartridge. So maybe, because I've heard something like Hogwarts has to have an online connection to download the game to play off the disc, which is totally baffling to me when it's a single player offline game. I hate when they do that. There's no excuse for that. So maybe the PS4 version won't have that issue, and you'll actually get to play straight from the disc. And well, the Switch version, I don't see like that's going to be an enjoyable experience. Maybe that'll be chugging or whatever, but maybe they'll pull a Witcher 3 and it'll run decent enough.
Phil, I seen that video you retweeted on Twitter about the guy who he lost internet and he went to play Hogwarts on his PS5. It didn't work. And then he went to play Dead Space on the PS5. It didn't work. And then he went to play something else on the PS5. It didn't work. And he's like, well, the only game I've got is Horizon. I've got a disc for it. He put the disc in the console. Guess what? It worked. So if your internet goes down, you can't play your games.
And if you live in a place like
down, you can't play your games. Like
you live in a place like mine where your internet is garbage and it takes you 20 million years to download a couple of gigabytes patches, it's frustrating. And we have no other options to get better internet here. I've tried to call and look around. You'll go to a website and says, "Oh yeah, we service your area," and then you call the phone number and they say, "No, we don't." And it's like, so I can't even get some of the good internet. And when you live in the US and there's still not decent internet for everybody within the US, that tells you that always online and big patches and updates, it's really not it's not good. Like digital only is not going to help us in the long run.
There's a solution for that. You just you take some tin foil and you wrap your PS4 in tin foil, and boom, your internet connection is through the roof. I'm not kidding. I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you're kidding.
No, try it.
We had a comment here from James. He actually stated that Dead Space is a PS5 exclusive. I wasn't aware of that, so that's another one. And Dead Space, I've heard really good things about the remake. So kudos to them to do a remake properly.
Yeah. To me, I'm a little iffy when it comes to remakes. I want them to put... I don't want them to do a Resident Evil 3 remake. I don't want them to remove stuff. I want them to give me all of the stuff that was in the original, but I also want more. I don't want it to feel like I'm just playing the straight up copy of that game, but prettier. I want some new additions, some kind of extra things, maybe longer scenes with characters that you only had a brief moment with, kind of just something to where it feels like it pays respects to the original, but still gives you something new to look forward to at the same time. And it's kind of a balancing act that they have to do. And some get it right, some don't. That's just how I feel about it.
Keep your eye up. Yes, or Resident Evil 4 is supposed to be dropping. When is that thing supposed to drop? But I hear some good things. I'm looking forward to it. I've been nothing but happy with the remakes of 2 and 3, but I never played 4, so it's sitting on my shelf. But I'm gonna wait until it drops. The remake drops. I'm gonna jump on that one. Give that one a run.
Capcom really needs to go back and give us a director's version of Resident Evil 3, because that was just completely butchered. I watched some YouTube videos, deep dives of what was removed, and I'm like, there's full enemies and boss sets and puzzles and modes and everything just stripped away, and I'm like, this is like what is this? Is this like a diet budget version? Is like it's like you took a 2-hour movie and made a 20-minute cut and that's it, and people can't even make heads or tails from that. I don't know.
Figsy, did you started your homework? Did you ever finish, or did you just bring out the Code Vein game? Is it the only game you got?
I just had the one.
Just the one. Okay.
Yeah, look, I had some other games that I enjoyed, but for me, the JRPGs I love are on older systems. So this is the only one I truly, really love on PS4. Like I enjoyed some of the Star Ocean games and some of the Dragon Quest games, but I wouldn't say I love them like some of the older PS2 JRPGs like Dark Cloud and things like that.
Dark Cloud 2.
I got a few games I wanted to share. This is also a recent pickup of mine. It's always a classic. I've only played it on PS3, but I'm gonna give this one a shot. PS4, The Trails of Cold Steel, the original. Nice. This is a reproduction case because this thing was only ever available in a steelbook. But I'm not. My pockets aren't deep enough to drop $200 on the steelbook and the box and this stuff. But so I bought the disc, dressed it up in a nice case. This is a great game. You can't fuck with the Trails of Cold Steel. Good shit. No one mixes. I don't know. They did politics right in that game. I'd like to think so anyway. A couple games here. This is always a favorite. I've brought it on here before. It's one of my favorite games. The Witch and the 100th Night. It's just a beautiful game. This is actually it's part of the Disgaea universe. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, and this is one I think might do something in the future as far as this is me speculating again. Might do something in the future.
With that in mind, Will, I wonder if we'll see a game in the future like Cross Edge, because they've already done a crossover game with Disgaea characters before.
Yeah, who was this? That was Disgaea, and what was the other? Was it Neptunia?
No, let me pull it out. It was older than Neptunia from memory.
What's that? Yeah, but it's
Tornilico and Disgaea and Darkstalkers.
Darkstalkers,
Darkstalker
really?
characters in here. That is cool.
Oh, cool. I gotta check that out. That one's sitting on my shelf. But
there's one. Is that the JRPG too? There's one on the PS3. It's like a JRPG, but it has a bunch of guest characters.
It's probably Cross Edge.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to check that out. I need it, but I bet it's expensive now.
And
I'm pretty sure it was like a fighting game though.
What?
Like they used like they did it like the Persona arena games and things like that.
There's some that we never got. Like there's a Tales of I think Tales of the World. There's one we got on PSP, and it's like all the Tales characters together. And then I think they did more, and I wish we would get those over here. And I think there was one where it's like Yee's characters was like teamed up with other characters, some other games, and it was like an RPG or a fighting game or something. I wouldn't mind having that. There's a lot of cool games we don't ever get, and it's disappointing because it's like you can't even import them because they don't have English.
Speaking of mishmash games, Senran Kagura Cross Neptunia. I started it, never played it, but it's another one sitting on my shelf. I have a lot of games I don't play, but then again, that's the same for all.
Yeah, I got a few.
yeah.
I got a couple
thousand.
One last one, another one of my favorites. You guys seen me show this off before, but
that's a good game.
Sphere. Again, in my opinion, Vanillaware can do no wrong. I haven't fucked with 13 Sentinels yet. It's also sitting in my backlog, but yeah, there you go. And
so this is probably an unpopular opinion, but when I think of Odin Spear, I don't think of it as a PS4 game. Like it's always a PS2 game to me.
A PS2. Well, no, the difference is Leif the Sphere. Leif Thrasier.
Even that version's a PS3 game to me.
Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here. No,
they really are masters. Crown. I hope they do some more JRPGs. Dragon's Crown. Oh man, they're really great at that.
Enjoy the Dragon's Crown, Dragon Quest Builder games. They were really fun.
I have them. I love Dragon Quest. Like
I got a piece so bad.
I have a number of them.
You're a big Dragon Ball fan, so it's natural that you'd love Dragon Quest.
I've actually did fan dubs where I'm Dragon Ball characters and I do voices. Like I'm Jiren the Gray in one. I play Broly and a Broly-like character and others. Yeah. It's like people use Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 to make their own Dragon Ball show. It's really cool. Like, and then I'm one of the people that does voices for it, and there's other people. It's awesome. It's fun.
It's such a good community, the Dragon Ball community. There's so many hardcore fanatics out there.
Yeah.
Do you have any collectibles in
I've
terms
had
of
people
Dragon Ball
tell
Z?
me, oh my gosh, dude, I've got way too many. I buy all those SH Figure Arts. You can't see it over here, but I have a China cabinet that has like statues of Goku and Broly, and then a bunch of amiibos. I have the Xenoverse 2 collector's edition statue. I have a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He's like 12 inches with like
Nice.
flowy translucent hair and everything, man. I go hard on that. Like I love Dragon Ball. There's like a bunch of them.
I've got a statue upstairs that's a one-of-one bust of the Son of Goku head.
Oh
It's-
wow, that's
it's
cool.
huge. And when I say one-of-one, that includes his hair.
Wow.
So you can
Wow.
imagine.
Yeah, I love Dragon Ball. Why aren't we best friends at this point? We like souls and like
Right?
yeah. Like I got my Sekiro statue over there. I got like these super deformed Dark Souls statues that kind of like light up. Like one the Solaire, he like lights up and he's praising the
Oh,
sun.
that's
And he
so
turns
cool.
glow and yeah.
Praise the motherfucking sun.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what we need? We need a Dragon Ball video game. And I'm not Z, not Super, not GT or whatever. The freaking, the one where he's a little kid with this.
Yeah,
penis
they
in
had
it.
some, but
We need a
yeah,
modern one.
they're few and far between.
Yeah, I mean the one where Goku used to go around and just grab women's crotches to figure out if they were boys or girls, and get back to
You can't
the
show that on TV anymore.
old school dirty territory. I mean, I really love the original Dragon Ball series. I think it's superior to 90% of the shit out there. 90% of the shit after it. So Dragon Ball Super's pretty good. Z's okay. GT's just. I mean, we can all agree that that's just garbage.
GT has some cool character designs, but that's about it. Like I think Super 17 is cool. I used to play Dragon Ball, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and man,
That
if I was maining Super 17, I would wreck your ass. You would not win. And I was kind of weird. I only played characters in certain forms. Like when it comes to Cell, I would only use his second form because that's my favorite form of him. So yeah, I would still just murder you. I remember I used to have a friend, we would play Dragon Ball Budokai 3, and you had the beam clashes and you had to rotate the analog sticks. And I remember we did it so fast that I peeled the skin on my hand because we were so into it. We went hard.
How many controllers were broken because of that?
No controllers were broken, but hands were definitely hurting. It probably got close. I mean, because those sticks were going.
I don't know. Something about the Z is just they just sit there for a good a whole segment between commercial breaks is somebody going just cowering in fear of a freezer or whoever the fuck.
Sounds like Krillin.
Yeah, well, it's Krill, and then we'll be back with more Dragon Ball Z, and then shit, and then some more of the same.
It's taking me back.
Yeah.
I've had people say, your Majin Buu is so good, you could probably replace the actor, because I did it a couple of times on like YouTube and Twitter, and I was like, that is a really good compliment. Thank you.
Let's hear the Majin Buu, Phillip.
Okay, it's going to be kind of loud. I'll do Brawly and Majin Buu.
Here we go.
Okay.
This is first on PlayStation Collectors Podcast. Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball impressions. Let's go, Phil.
Okay. Kakarot! Kakarot! Woo! Bono like carrots!
Oh, awesome.
I got to go back and watch it now.
Told you it was loud. Sorry for your ears, people.
No,
Yeah.
Get a headphone warning.
Yeah, headphone warning. If you heard that on your headphones, I'm sorry for your ears. It's all their fault. They asked.
Oh shit. But anyway, oh.
On that note, Phil, I think we're going to end the podcast on that one. But it was an absolute pleasure having you on the show. If you guys want to see more of Phil, be sure to check out his
Yeah, it was
YouTube
fun.
channel. It's Phil One Up Collects. You're on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram as well, I believe.
And yeah, and
Yes.
and you can find them. You can often find them rummaging through Facebook. That's where I met Phil. Usually COA, Collections of America. I don't know. Are you in any of the Ain't Dead groups, Phil?
What?
Are you in any of the PlayStation Ain't Dead groups?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm in the PS3. I don't know how many groups there are. But there's a PS2 and a PS3. I'm in them. But I probably haven't been active in a while. I have so many Facebook groups I'm in. It's like, man, it's like I have to scroll for like 5 minutes to go through all of them. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't got the time to click on each one of these.
Well, stop in and say hi. I promise we won't be too abusive, but not like the COA groups anyway. I hope Chris Ram is watching.
Will, we have no show on this Sunday. And we will have another show on next Thursday, Friday. So next Friday we have Daryl from the Loot Bros podcast coming on the show. So that should be really fun. Chatting to another podcaster for a couple of hours.
Yeah, he's. I've been listening to his podcast. He's a lot of gaming content. You know what I mean? We're more collector gear. Those guys are all about games. It's very good, interesting shit. Looking forward to talking to him.
Yeah, I'll talk about his collection and everything. It should be fun. I'm off to go get some Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to have fun with that. So I'll talk about that in the next show.
Last time I had
coming on, Phil, and we'll see everyone in the next one. Peace.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.